got a 4 1/4 Caterpillar, 425 horse, which was pretty big back in the 90s. It's not the original engine. It originally had a V8 cat in it, a 3408. They're not super practical to run these days. They're extremely heavy, very difficult to find parts for, and kind of difficult to find a mechanic that really knows how to work on them. Put the 4 1/4 cat in it. Transmission's a 9-speed with a 4-speed. Pete low air leaf, kind of what she's got. Now you figure 87, I'm not real good at math. Truck's got some age on it, but you can tell, even though it looks ratty, everything is dialed in. The radiator's clean and fresh. The engine is relatively leak-free. All your hoses, your routing, everything under here is nice and tidy. May have the appearance of a rat rod, but it's extremely tight on mechanical condition. This is not aluminum, it's steel, so it's all there. But as we were talking the other day, all that weight equals protection. There we go. So my old trailer here, I mean, it's not all that special. It's a 2001 Barrett 51 foot. I actually bought it from a customer friend of mine. You know, we threw some Pete flaps on it, set of new Continental tires. Pretty much standard issue. Working up to the vehicle we're all here for, the rat rod. It's got the Chrome Shop Mafia rear light bar. That is a new part that is undamaged that we put on it quite some time ago. Got a Peterbilt low air leaf. This is, I think Hump told me, off of a 2001. Really good shape. Like I said, it may look ratty, but I mean, you got new brakes, new shocks. I mean, it's dialed in. There's no oil, grease leaks, anything like that back there. The wheelbase, I believe, is 320. It actually wouldn't hurt my feelings if it was about 20 inches shorter. Maybe for hauling freight, it wouldn't be too bad, but on those times you're hauling cattle, those places are never conducive to a truck this long, but we've been able to make it work. Got an old tough looking in-frame box here that's decorated with some old placards. This sleeper is not the original sleeper. When I got the truck from Hump, it had a double eagle on it. I think it was about an 80 some odd inch. And I had this on there. And with it being black, kind of had the faded name of my old buddy Mark Brown up in Springfield. I really like the idea of mixing up the colors, kind of do that Sanford and Son, born and raised out of the salvage yard type deal. So I really like the idea of putting this sleeper on there. The tanks, unbelievably, are only about a year old. It had maroon tanks on it, and I had drugged the bottom out of them several times. I mean, they had a lot of dents in them before I got the truck, don't get me wrong, but I really caved in the bottom of them. So we took a new set of tanks from Four State and we painted them up to look old. I've got an old 50s model GMC pickup that says Lefty's Truck Service on it, so we threw that on there. Exhaust pipes were actually a set a customer just left behind in our shop. He put on a set of new 7-inch and he just left these 6s behind. I did notice on the other side I'm starting to get an exhaust leak, so I'm going to have to patch them up a little bit. It is a working truck. It's not a hard working truck. Everything here is stencil. We did all that literally with a stencil, just like you'd see at the hobby stores. Air cleaners are original. They were on here when I got it. I have changed the visor. It's got a Midwest bow tie on it, which all along was kind of my favorite. I love the war wounds, all the different dents, dings, scrapes, cracks in the hood. It's actually got a big dent in the top where at one time when Hump had it, the turbo came unraveled, parts went flying and peppered up the top of the hood pretty good. If you ever go looking in the salvage yard for a 359 extended hood, should I hit a deer and take out this hood, it's gonna be really tough. Maybe a needle in a haystack, I mean tough to find a used hood to put back on this truck. And they don't make them new anymore. I thought, man, I'm gonna put a grill guard on this thing to sort of protect it in the event I do get backed into or hit a deer. I had a guy up in Nebraska, he actually hand makes these one at a time. He didn't have a big shop with 10 welders working, it was just him. And he actually built this. I sent him my headlight measurements, he knew it was a 359. I sent him my ground clearance, and he actually built this steel grill guard for me. Really happy with the way it come out. Extremely stout. A lot of protection here, but it is heavy. Bolted right on with no problems. Just like we painted the new fuel tanks to look old, we painted the new grill guard to look old a few years ago when I put it on. You can see how low, I mean, this was just coming out of my driveway to come up here to Four State. I live in Oklahoma on a 2-lane dirt road with deep ditches, and I got to get way down in the ditch to come out of my driveway and hang a right. And I can't turn a left. There's just not enough clearance, but I can turn right if I get way down in the ditch. No airbags on the front. This is actually how it sets. When I put this on, it's about 700 pounds, so it's so heavy, it pushed the truck down about 1.5 inches, and I had to put some blocks back under the springs to kind of make it work. The old mud flaps being all curled up, to me that's character. I mean, the crack here in the cowl panel, you can't buy that. You can't duplicate that. You know, when the truck was new, had a spotlight above the door here, we just took it out, left the hole there. I'm a minimalist, I guess. There's not many extra lights on this truck. I was just thrilled to get my LED headlight, you know, so you can actually sort of see where you're going. Even the top here, I mean, it's all cracked, faded, oxidized. That's sort of what we're after on a rat rod. I tell you what we can do, we can take a quick peek on the inside. It is in work mode, so, you know, a lot of the floorboard, which is that old Phillips 66 sign that I was telling you about from the service station, that's the floor. It's got low base Bossman seats, just regular Bossman, bunch of hot rod, band, concert, auto part stickers on the door, a little bit of chrome there on the bottom of the dash with the air conditioner. The fuzzy dice, you know, that's a must-have. I mean, who wouldn't want those? Everything else is just old stuff you find here and there. It's got license plates up overhead for the overhead console. Nothing really done in the bunk. I mean, it does have somewhat of a sound system. It's not anything wild. I mean, a few hundred watts and some subs back there. But it's a cool truck, you know. I wouldn't want to part with it or not have it accessible to my fingers should I need to pull a trailer somewhere. This is the original rat rod. We built it way back in the day, and then we actually did a rat rod 2, which we recently sold to a good friend of ours, Brayton, with Nottoway Farms up in Iowa. So he's got rat rod 2, this being rat rod 1, and him and I are just dying to get them together and do a photo shoot. I don't know, maybe someday in our future there's a rat rod 3.